Excuse me?
Mom, could you hand me the player's handbook, please?
I was not running to the boat.
Whatever.
No. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I was
All right.
swimming. Ever heard of it?
When we ended last time, you had just been attending the Winterfest, the warmest day of the winter year, in the port city, the remote port city of Kostra. After some entertaining, some sack races, and some other activities, two sets of thugs had revealed themselves in the crowd and started to enforce their will upon the people of Kostra. However, each of you jumped into action, quickly dispatching of the thugs until the final three ran away. However, it became clear that they had been preparing to rush onto the Mastiff. However, you stopped them before they got there. But just as you had stopped them, you heard a cry. You heard a cry of the Havoc go up, and at that point, your Oathbearers, who had stepped out and stayed out of the fight, started rushing towards the boat, and calling on you guys to do the same. So, let's see, where are we? Oh yeah, so you go rushing. So you're now rushing towards the boat. Otanian is swimming towards the boat, using her water swimming ability. All right, excellent.
Okay, so what do we do?
Whose turn is it? I think that's kind of what we need to know.
Well,
Who do you want to start us off?
I was technically
Well, we're not
closest to the boat. So.
Yeah, we're not in.
Okay, so as soon as
combat.
I get up to the boat, I'm just gonna look around for the ship they were talking about or whatever.
All right. So do you all go piling up onto the boat?
I make sure that my Oathbearer, whose name is Melstra, is on before me, so it looks like she's leading me more than I'm getting on there. Free will.
Okay. Well, she is leading up the boat. You also Bosun, who was actually Hurek was the closest to the boat. You can see him charging up the steps, and yelling, "Sebaster, what do we have?" Followed by Shelpin and Melstra. If you remember, Melstra had actually lifted Meritha onto the up onto the dock, or onto the stage leading to the dock, before she took off. And Bosun Finn is following you, and you go running up the dock. And as you come running up on the dock, and you get onto the deck of the Mastiff, you see out in the bay a small war sloop with no whose sail has been put down, but is being manned by what looks about 20 oars on each side, and is closing rapidly on the Mastiff. In fact, it looks like it's going to be there in probably under a minute.
A minute. Okay.
And at this point, Hurek, who's up there first, turns around and says, "It's the Havoc. We're going to be sitting ducks here, with the boat tied to the dock."
Okay. So
Who's gonna untie it?
I feel like those are pretty clear directions.
So he turns. So you who've been climbing up, climb up. He turns and you see as your different Oathbearers come onto the ship, they start talking to each other pretty rapidly. And Hurek says, "It's the Havoc. And then and Shelpin responds, "Has anyone seen the cat?"
And I ask,
And Melstra responds,
why?
"I don't." Responds, "On this tide and this wind, there's no way it's going to make its way into the bay. Let's deal with the Havoc." At which point, Hurek says, if they're sending in the Havoc, they must want something. Maybe to destroy the boat, but my guess is they also want Sebaster. And he turns to you and says, "Otanian,
Yes.
you need make sure to keep Sebaster safe." Bosun turns to Zeveth and says, There's no time to fully rig the ship. You need to fast rig it. Can you do that?"
I can certainly try.
You can certainly try. That's right. Shelpin turns to Sebaster and says, "What does the boat have to defend itself?" And Sebaster points to what looks like some oilcloth on one side of the ship and says, "I've already brought them on board. We've got three ballista underneath that underneath the tarp." Shelpin turns to Atris and says, "This is what we've trained you for. Start mounting the ballista."
You know how to mount ballistas?
You do know how to mount ballistas.
Whoa.
Because
That's not on my character sheet.
no, not yet.
Write down ballista proficiency.
So
Okay.
while you've actually never fired, a ballista on the ship, one of the things that Shelpin has been teaching you is how to use a very particular type of large crossbow that has kind of a very strange kind of winding mechanism to it. And really, she hasn't said much about this, but as you run over and you pull up the tarp, you see that these ballista look very, very similar to what they look like.
So, I'm assuming I'm going to try and rig the sail.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Maelstrom turns to you, and he turns to you, Jack, and says, "We've got to get the lines released from the boat. Go throw them off or cut them, whatever you need to do."
Okay. Sure, why not?
At this point, Maritha comes hobbling up the stairs with her cane, takes one look, and says, "Thea, you're with me. We're going to see if we can slow them down." And she
Very
goes
well.
hobbling across. So, let's start with Zeveth.
Yes.
So to fast rig the ship, basically you've got to climb, and you know how to do this. You've all been being taught how to sail by your Oathbearers. It's just part of what all Corvathians learn how to do. But your Oathbearer has been particularly keen in teaching you boatcraft. And to fast rig the sail, you have to climb to the top where the sail, which is already hanging from the mast. You have to go up, hook the rope onto the corner of the sail, and then come down and just tie off the rope. And
Is it like ropes
to
to
get
one
the-
side that I'm climbing up, or am I scaling up the mast?
no, there's like rope rigging that you're
Okay,
scaling
so
up
I'm
there.
assuming I have to roll for something?
Yes. So make an athletics check
Sure,
to
it's
climb
not
the mast.
acrobatics. Yeah, I can be very dexterous, but yeah, 4.
Plus.
That's
Total.
minus. So 4. Don't know why they
4.
would have me doing this, but
All right.
sure.
All right, so you start up the mast, but your foot kind of gets caught in the rigging in the kind of excitement of everything, and you're making slow progress. Atris, would you like to try to mount one of the ballista?
I look at what's her name?
Shelton?
Zevith with a sneer and say, I hope you win this one, comrade.
Okay.
Perform better than the last time.
Okay, make a strength check to list the ballista, and you kind of see this kind of ball mount. It's pretty clear how it straps in.
Oh, my adrenaline's working. 15.
All right, so you start wrangling one of the ballista out.
Minus 3, right? Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna look around. Do I see where the ammunition or bolts for this ballista are? Are they like right next to it, or do I have to like go and fetch them and like bring them over or something like that?
No, you don't. You don't see it.
I just don't
And
see it.
not at the moment. But Mouser's like, get the lines off the boat.
Okay, I stand in the middle of indecision, looking around for that, and then I immediately dodge off to the side. I assume they're tied to the dock and not to an anchor. Is that right?
Yeah, you can see there's 3 places where the boat has been tied to the dock with heavy ropes.
3 places?
Yep.
How thick are these ropes? Just looking at them.
Oh, they're pretty. They're kind of naval. Big, thick naval ropes.
And they're tied to what on the sides of the ship?
So the docks have posts that are specifically designed for tying ropes and ships to the dock.
Right, but where is the rope tied to the ship?
So they're tied to kind of iron, just iron, forged iron circles that are designed to have ropes tied to it.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to the one that's furthest from me and untie it.
All right, excellent. Roll a d20.
What do I add to my d20?
This would be
What's a rope check?
a rope check. Let's see what do we have for mechanical checks there.
We can do a straight dexterity check. We have acrobatics, athletics, history, insight, education, investigation, medicine, nature, perception, performance, persuasion, religion, advanced, self-survival.
Okay, straight dexterity is fine.
Okay, 14.
All right, so you get the first rope off.
Okay, cool. I'm going to use a
and-
bonus action to dash over to the next one.
Excellent, do that.
Or an action to dash over. Or a dash over. Excellent. I will
All right,
untie
excellent.
another one if nobody else wants to do anything.
No, we all have our own
Okay.
things to do.
I send my poolie to start chewing on a rope.
Yeah.
Beeper!
Tanyan, what are you doing?
I climb out of the water onto the dock, and I'm sort of shielding away with whoever he told me to shield away.
Sebaster.
Yes, a bastard. I'm sort of protecting him.
All right. Sebaster pushes you away and says, "I'm not leaving my ship,
And I'm not trying to make you leave your ship.
but this ship needs a crew."
I'm like, okay, then get on the ship.
She's like, "Go gather some volunteers."
Okay, and then I run off and down the deck and try to find volunteers.
Okay, how do you do that?
I asked who wants to volunteer to help with the ship.
You're gonna ask them one at a time.
No, I'm just gonna go up on the stage and yell at
Okay, what are you yelling?
who wants to volunteer to be on the ship. I don't know.
All right,
I
make a persuasion check with
I
disadvantage.
will yell.
Okay, try again.
Wait, I will yell.
Okay, yeah, disadvantage.
I don't have anything.
Oh!
Okay.
Second roll. Okay, so 2 plus whatever.
Performance? I don't think I have anything for performance.
All right.
I fail.
So the people in the crowd look, and they look very confused as to why a Triton seems to be
Yes.
sort of yelling for them,
Yeah.
but they don't clearly understand.
Yes.
They don't clearly understand what you want. And at this point, when you look up, you see that the Havoc is basically closed 1/3 of the distance between you and the ship that's stuck there.
Well, I don't know exactly
All
what
right.
you want me to yell. How am I supposed supposed to get people on a ship?
I don't know. How are you gonna get people on a ship?
Convincing them that they should.
Okay, Zevith, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna continue to try and climb up. Wait, what about
Alright.
me? Oh, well, I'm at the top. Or
Oh no, you're kind of
Okay.
tried, so roll again.
can I use acrobatics instead
Sure.
somehow?
Did you skip Esme?
I don't
Nope.
think you've told her anything
You're the one. You're helping Meritha over to the side of the ship.
Acrobatics is slightly better, so instead that's an 8.
All right. So you're still struggling up the rigging.
Why did they give me this job of all jobs?
You see Bosun look up and say, "Come on, boy, this isn't a game."
Yeah, boy.
You sent me the worst possible. Okay.
And at this point, you watch him jump into the rigging, and you watch him just scampers right up by you to the top. He's clearly done this before. He grabs the rope on the sail, and you watch him actually thread it through one of the major pulleys, and then you watch as he jumps off the top of the sail with the rope. As kind of the rope starts to kind of hold the tension of the rope starts holding as he goes down to the pulley. He's like, "Don't just stand there. Go find a crew."
Okay.
Yes, I
Jump
can very
off.
much use
No.
your help.
I'm gonna run to the edge of the ship then.
Well, wait.
Well,
You're still.
Oh yeah, fine.
You're still on the
I'll
rope.
drop down and try to catch myself.
Okay, make an acrobatics check.
That's 19.
Okay.
19.
So
Better
you drop down, hit in a 3-point
Grabbing
stance with
something.
a slight roll since you were up there a little ways, and you start darting off towards the help Atanian. But that's the end. Atinian. That's the end of your turn. All right. What are you doing?
I'm mounting the ballot, the whatever.
Well, you have one mounted.
Try to get him out all three of them and fire one mounted again.
We don't want it anyways.
Fire one? Oh, okay. See what you're saying. No, I'm gonna mount the next one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
Make a
call
strength
out,
check.
Beeper, how you doing on that rope? 10 minus 3, 6. Strength, right?
Yeah.
That's
All right. So
my
you're
weakness.
kind of pulling. You're pulling this one out. You're pulling it over, but you're not going to get it mounted. You're not going to get it mounted this turn.
I start to load the first one in the bonus action.
No, you're dragging this one over. That's all you got. Okay.
How's Beeper doing on the rope?
There's no way Beeper is going to be able to chew through that rope, and he's looking a little complex. Like the rope's this big. And
He's trying, right?
he's trying with his best Watson-like effort.
Those of you listening at home, it's an inside joke. Our dog is very oblivious and adorable. And very incapable of chewing through ropes.
You can go through a chewing
All right.
super
That
bad.
doesn't involve love.
Okay. You have one line off, but there are 2 more left.
Okay, well, seeing that Beeper isn't helping very much, I'm going to kind of give him a little bit of a berth, but not as wide a berth as you'd expect for someone who's never seen a giant puppy before. I'm going to go over to the other one, just giving Beeper a second opportunity. I'm going to untie that one, and I'll take out a dagger and see if there's any way a dagger will help me with this, then I'll do that. If it's easier to cut it or easier to cut part of it.
Yeah, just take it off. I mean, these things are designed to come on and off.
10?
Okay, so this one you struggle with a little bit, but you do ultimately get it off.
Alright, I turn and I sprint to the last one, and I kind of use my, I guess, shoulder, because I'm small, to nudge Beeper
Okay.
out of the way.
You'll have to work on that one on the next turn.
Yep.
You do see that Maestra has, Maestra has started to run, has run to the edge of the deck, and is watching it very carefully. Shelpin, who had disappeared down into the hold of the ship, is returning with what looks like the bolts for the ballista.
Okay. Is it my turn to do stuff yet?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna react and say the Mastiff needs help. We need a crew.
All right, excellent. Make a persuasion check.
I don't think I have anything well for persuasion.
That's okay. Roll a dice.
I'm gonna start at this. 19.
Oh, okay. At this point, you see a number of people in the crowd turn around and look at you, and you see them starting. You see a few of them start to come forward. Clearly, I mean, this is a sailing people. Almost everyone knows how to sail a ship, or many people do. And you see three or four start running towards the dock. All right.
No, they can put it back.
Here, put that back. We're not using that yet.
Yes.
All right. At this point, the Havoc is making a beeline directly for the ship, looking like it might actually try to ram it.
Oh. Okay.
At this point, and as it comes into view, with its oars pumping, you see what looks like about 15 people seeming to be ready on the top of the ship. Some are drawing. Looks like they're drawing cutlasses. You see a few. With bows.
Mm-hmm. Question.
Even getting ready. What looks like to board the ship.
Is it? It's colder. It's Winterfest, so it's cold right now, and I imagine there's like ice floes and stuff. Like just
not in the bay.
Would it be in character for there to sometimes be ice floes in the bay?
There is no ice floe in the bay.
Okay, there's not. Okay, I'll use minor illusion, and if it's coming to ram straight at us, I'm just going to put a 5 foot by 5 foot just spike of ice just right in front of it.
All right, so if you do this, you're not going to get the last rope clear, and the ship will be still tied to the dock.
I mean, fine, I'll untie the rope. I'll use my cabin boy.
You can do whatever you want.
I'll use my cabin boy instinct to untie the last rope and then run over to the side where the ship is going to try and ram us.
Okay. Try to untie the rope, please.
14.
Okay, so yeah, you bump aside the pulley, the dire pulley.
Oh, shut up!
You get the last rope off, and you feel the ship kind of settle a little bit now that it's not being held to the dock.
I'd like to count. How big is the ship in total? Just looking at it now that it's closer, is it as big as our ship is? So. Couple 100 feet long?
Or? This is a much smaller vessel that's being driven by oars. So it's actually smaller than the Mastiff, which is kind of a larger kind of one mast boat. But this one is like a thin and but it moves incredibly fast in the water and is designed actually to be a war sloop for boarding other ships at close range.
How long are the oars? They're using to row.
Pretty long. I mean, they're probably 20-foot oars.
They're 20-foot oars? Okay, I'm going to do that quick calculation, and I'm just going to call out, seeing that there's about 15 on deck, there's 15 on deck, probably another 20 below, because you said there was 20 oars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm guessing if it's that small, it's a one person per oar thing instead of two person, which is normal or standard in the galley ship.
He actually said 20 on each side.
There's 20 on each side?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind, double it. There's probably 45 people on this ship! And then I'm just going to duck below the railing and sit down.
Okay, excellent.
What is 5 people?
No,
There's
like
one.
55 people.
How many people are on our ship?
Well, at this point,
about 14, probably.
yeah, about 14. But there seem to be another 4 or 5 sailors running toward potential sailors running towards the ship from Otinion's call.
I think the odds are bad when you take them out from a distance.
Well, I could do something, but apparently I don't get a turn.
No, now it's your turn. And actually, Meritha turns to you and says, "What do you recommend we do?"
We should try to disable the ship before it can reach us.
Okay, how are you going to do that?
Maybe we could set it on fire.
What do you have to do that?
I have a firebolt. Can that light things on fire?
It can't. It does light things on fire that
That are
aren't
flammable.
being held over.
Yeah, I could shoot the sail and burn the sail, and then that would spread to the wood, right?
Yeah, you could try.
It's rowed though, so the sail wouldn't do anything.
That's okay,
No,
because
but
they
it
can't
would-
row forever.
True.
Yeah, I mean this isn't under sail; it's under rowing power.
You run out
They're
of energy.
Yeah, but
stroking
if
the
I
oars
hit the
towards you.
sail, it'll burn the wood too, so it might.
Okay, well you can try. Yeah, you can try to shoot for the sail to put on
Yeah,
fire.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
try to set the boat on fire with a firebolt.
Okay.
And if I maybe accidentally hit a crew member instead, that's fine too. hit.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But here you're aiming for the mast and sail. Okay, go ahead.
I
Ooh.
tried to it.
So that would be 23.
Okay. Yeah. No. You release the firebolt and it strikes the ship. Roll for damage.
Oh, damage to the ship?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that would be a 1. Is this? No, that's not. This is a 1d10, I believe, right? Yeah.
There we go.
This is a 1d10.
Yes.
This is a 1d10. Okay. Oh! 5 plus. Is there any added? No, there isn't. 5.
Okay, so you did five points of damage to the ship.
Probably won't do
and
anything, but-
roll a d20 since you're trying to see if it catches on fire.
Oh shoot! Do I add anything to it?
No, just straight roll.
12. Wait, can I add my my bless to that since Mom gave us bless?
It only lasts for a minute, so it would have 12.
Yeah, it's already
So-
off. That's a side. Okay.
12.
So you see it strike, and you hear the crack of the firebolt against there, and you start to see the sail start to smolder, but it doesn't seem like it catches.
Dang it! But it makes like a hole in the sail, right?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely done some damage to the sail. And definitely some to the mast. And you see people on the ship kind of duck out of the way. Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna do it next turn. I have an idea.
Oh, so is the ship rowed, or is the ship... the ship we're on right now, is it rowed?
Is it what?
Road.
Is it
No.
rowed, or is it
It's
just...
rowed, yeah.
Oh,
They're rowing it with oars.
No. He's talking about our ship. We're
Yeah.
on the Mastiff.
Oh no, you're
Yeah,
under
it's
sail.
the
You
sail.
have to
Oh, okay.
sail. That's why you have to rig the sail.
Okay.
And you're fortunate. The wind is actually blowing out to
So
sea in the
you-
bay,
you
so
got
it
the
would
boat
actually kind of
and
blow you
the other
out.
guy got the sail, so I think we should be able to move that, right? Okay.
Once the sail gets tied down. Okay. As the Havoc approaches, you watch as about 10 bowmen from the ship stand up ready to fire because it's now close enough to send the arrows over. And as the arrows are released, you watch them start coming over towards the ship. But next to you, you watch Meritha stand up a little straighter, mumble some words, and you watch as she takes her hands and she whooshes them across, and a gust of wind, a very strong gust of wind, comes, just almost a wall comes like blowing through blowing in between the boats, and only 2 of the arrows make it through.
And who are those against?
Those are against. One actually is headed towards Sebaster,
Oh, yeah.
and the other one is headed towards Maelstrom. And the one at Sebaster misses and sticks in the deck by his feet. And the one you see one of them strike Maelstrom in the shoulder. She's like carrying these bolts to the end. She doesn't really have any way to protect herself. And where we go? Okay. 3, 4. And you see it kind of stick in her shoulder, but she soldiers on, still carrying the ballista, and like puts them down next to it, and says, "Get one of the get some of the other ballistas up. One's not going to be enough."
Is it too much that I can run over and start loading the ballista?
I'll do that. I'm sitting down right next to
Well,
him
there's
anyway.
3, isn't there? So.
Yeah.
I'm dragging one. I managed to mount one, and there's one more.
Oh, so you currently dragging one you managed to.
So
Okay.
what do you guys
So
got?
he's closest.
Okay, so these are loud. So
Next.
so you only see about 4 or 5 people running from the crowd at this point.
Oh, I could still do some stuff
Well,
here.
you can do it. Yeah, if you want, do what you want. You can. If you think that's enough, you can
Okay,
turn. If you want more, you can do
I'm
it.
assuming I'm getting up to the bow of the ship by now, so
Mhm.
I can actually yell
Yep.
to people. Okay.
Well, you're actually on the dock. Like you jumped down to
Yeah.
the dock so they can hear you.
Fellow Carpathians! We need to protect this piece of art from the north! They're trying to take the little freedom we have left! Come, help us defend what's ours!
Excellent. Make a performance check or a persuasion check.
Okay, good, that's better. Okay, that's still 15. Still
All right.
15.
Excellent. And so
Nice.
as they hear this, you see another 4 4 peel off. So now you've got 9 rushing towards the ship. Let's see, who is Europe?
Okay. I'm going to sitting down. Or how close are they to us now?
They're gonna strike you at the end of this round.
At the end of this round?
Yeah.
Okay, that's bad. Alright, I can't really do anything then. Alright, I'm gonna take out my, alright, is there somebody that's like looking out, looks like they're gonna lead the boarding party here?
I mean, it's hard to see. It looks like there's a whole bunch of people being
This
ready
just,
to board.
looks like it's a swarm, they're just gonna jump
Yeah,
up and
you can't perceive
not
the particular leader.
There's no real leader here. Okay. If that's the case, I'm going to use is there any? Ooh, I have an idea. Is there any like lanterns that you'd like put like on a ship that like look
Nah, it's
around?
daytime. They don't need. There's no lights.
Okay. In that case, I will use.
Just fire in the sail probably still.
Yeah, I'm
on
gonna
it.
use minor illusion to make it look like that there's fire burning down the sail from where his firebolt hit. Just sitting down, just very.
All right. Do you make a roll for the illusion?
No, it just happens.
But people. if
So
they-
there's
they can see
fire
through it
within a
potentially.
5-foot cube.
Correct.
Just
Okay.
anywhere I want, I'm gonna make it look as dramatic and menacing as possible. Smoke effects coming off of it.
Yeah.
It's a minor illusion, so.
Well, you do see a few of the crew of the Havoc kind of notice the fire, and you hear them
Yeah.
here. It looks like it's lighted. Get some water. And you see 3 or 4 of them kind of like 3 or 4 people kind of scuffle towards it. You get very much the sense that this is pretty much normal operation for them. It doesn't feel like it's inordinate panic. This is a war sloop, and putting out fires is kind of just something that you do, and they're very practiced at. They have buckets of sand and water kind of ready to go.
But they won't be
And
able
they
to
and you
this
don't
way.
and you don't and you see a whole bunch of people and you still see them being prepared to board. This seems pretty par for the course for them.
But how are they gonna board if they hit the side of the ship?
Well, they're probably gonna like pull over to the side or something. Right.
In fact, actually, as you see them coming in, you actually now see,
They have, like,
you start to see the sloop start to pull parallel. You start to see it just
And then they're
pivot
gonna,
in the
like,
water
float on ladders.
as some of them are pulling back on the oars. And now you can see more and more people being ready to go. You see people that have grappling hooks.
Mhm.
Grappling hooks.
Am I back on the ship at this point?
You will be at the end of the round. You're up. Davis.
Alright, I still try to mount that second ballista.
All right,
Oh, isn't
make
it the
a
third
strength check.
Oh no, it's just
No.
Strength? Is it all strength? What if I'm using leverage very cleverly?
Intelligence check.
It's weighed against itself using gravity.
No, just that's a strength check, I think. Sorry.
Well, I should do something else then.
She
They
has a 5
did
minus.
not play to our strengths in this case.
She has a 5 level strength.
Oh, that's actually.
So minus 3, 12.
No, 13.
Yeah,
-3.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So you get it up there and you get it situated in, and so the second one now has kind of locked into place.
Fire! She just fired one of them.
Can I do that as a bonus action? Can I load it up?
You as a bonus action, you can load it now that the
So now
bolts are
one of
there.
them is completely ready to fire.
Okay, yeah, I'll load it then.
Okay, so you've
And
got
I'll call
one loaded
defense attack.
ballista, one unloaded ballista, and a
ship
third
is
one
ready
that's
to
not
move.
armed.
The ship is ready to move.
And I call Beaver to my side.
Okay.
I say, good job, Beaver, you freed the ship.
Uh-huh.
And then-
Sure.
Okay.
Watson over here, and that's a laugh.
You're watching
Otanian, what are you doing? Otanian, what are you doing?
You probably did.
You're back on. You rush back on the ship, and now you have an action.
So I am. So the ship is made out of wood, like
Uh-huh.
like the other opponent's ship,
Yeah.
right? So what pierces through wood? I'm trying to think of how to say
Very
shit.
strong, ship-shattering
Really
ballistas.
strong-
Fire. That's what the ballistas are. They're really big bows, like mechanically wounded bows with like big, sharp, strong, blunt ends that are designed for punching holes into ships or potentially spearing, coring, depending on what type of bolt you put on it.
Just from where
Right.
I
I'm gonna rush over
at the bottom.
and help Mom
am
with
I
the
able to
last
see
ballista.
anybody on the ship?
Okay.
And
Well, I was
Make a
loading
strength
my
test.
ballista.
Yeah, so but you're gonna go for the third one? Okay. Make a strength check.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
have
she has
this.
much more strength than us, so.
oh yeah, she loads
Alright, yeah,
that
so you,
thing
you
on.
go over there, you see the last
Throws it in
one.
the air, tosses it like a baton.
Yeah.
Okay, make an intelligence check. This isn't actually like it's easy. You easily lift it up, but now you have to figure out how to like mount it in
let's
there.
see. This is gonna be a straight roll for me, guys. 15.
Okay, yeah. So by looking at how the other ones work and like the mechanism's kind of made to be done quick and fast, you slam it in, and the third ballista is now
Can she
is
load
now
it as
mounted.
well? Can she load it?
And you could not with this one.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so you have one. Have one loaded. Let's see.
And the
You
ship
haven't
is
gone
ready
this
to
round
move.
yet.
No.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
Okay, so I want to maybe kind of push the limits of my shape water ability.
Okay.
So
Shape water.
can I
Are you a wave caster?
do?
The shape
yeah.
water only does like a 5-foot cube.
So
Oh, okay.
what if can I do it with water I can't see, but I know is there for certain?
Like what?
Like under the ship, can I make like a ice spike that goes through the ship so that it starts leaking?
Does shape water allow you to make ice spikes?
Yeah, like you can change it into ice if you want. Can I try? Can I attempt?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
You
not
can
sure.
certainly try.
What
Like
type of goal
underneath
would
the
this
ship, make
be?
a leak in the
Okay.
bottom
What
of the
type
ship.
of goal would this be?
That's amazing.
That's
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what rule you would make with.
Like maybe
this?
Arcana,
Intelligence?
maybe because
Performance?
it's like It's like angling your magic really
Well, I
specifically.
think it just happens, right? This is just something the spell just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe they take.
So you give it a try, and like you feel like you're shaping this ice, this 5-foot kind of cube of ice into a thing, and you give it a.
Please? Oh no.
She rolled a 3, so whatever it's
Yeah.
added,
So you
No.
so you kind of feel its shape.
I
But
can
you
try
also
again,
just
because I
feel the
probably
water
won't
just
benefit.
shatters against the hull of the ships. These ships have very thick
I can
holes.
try
They're
that
designed to
again though. I can
withstand.
definitely try again because no one noticed. I don't think.
Okay. And Maratha looks over and says, "Wrong tool, wrong time."
Oh.
Thanks, Meredith. That was very supportive of you.
Uh-huh.
That's not what I actually said.
Well, in the Cardassian tribe, it's like
So-
kind of a tough love kind of situation.
No. I'm
And
trying.
she turns to like, "I don't think we can stop them from boarding at this point."
They
So
taking
I have
out
to
my
climb up the
champions.
ladder, so I might take them a little bit of time.
Well, no,
So
they're
can
coming up the
I
ladder.
run over to the side of the
Well, you
deck?
have your
like-
you have your movement. Actually, let's flip the board.
Oh, we're not using the boat.
No, that is a different boat.
All right, Dagan, we're flipping this. Look at the lamp and lamp.
Good job, Dagan.
Oh, I'm very proud of you and your abilities.
How many dice are you missing? Where's the rest of your dice? Where do you
Here,
have
we can
seven?
actually fold this. Just fold this underneath. Fold that part underneath.
So,
Okay.
okay, now you have all your dice.
Cool.
Wait, here, hold on. Actually, we need this part because we've
All
got
of it?
another boat. Yeah, we've got another boat on it. Another boat
It's way too big.
is gonna. Well, I mean, we kind of need the space. So what you see now is you see the war sloop with the oars
Well, it's smaller
Come
than our boat.
screaming up and just brush.
Yeah. Oh, there's 4 ballista?
3 actually.
Oh.
Those are ballista.
Yeah.
I thought they were like
Umbrellas?
I thought they were.
No, I thought these were super
Lounge
flags
chairs.
going up. I thought this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, I can see that.
Like
Lifeboats.
little towers.
So it comes up the sides of the little thing.
Okay.
How many are there?
Let's get animals. Dagan.
Yeah.
Get the stuff off the ship.
So I'm gonna run over to the side that they're trying to board from, and they're like grappling hooks and stuff there, right?
Yeah. In fact, you watch them as you see some, kind of some hooks come over the side. You actually see some boarding ladders, just like kind of ladders designed to be planks for them
Where are you?
to run across as the ship comes
Alright,
coming
where
in here
am
and
I?
just sliding into the ship. And it's just you can tell it's just gonna like bump into it. In fact, some places are so close that you can see that some people are just preparing to jump onto the ship. Again, this seems like a very practiced, precise maneuver on their part. This is something they do. So Maratha, seeing this is about ready to hit, you watch her kind of hobble over and try to take cover behind the mast. She doesn't want to hit the brunt of that party.
Can we do something before the boat hits?
So there's
How far down is the height of the sloop from the height of the Mastiff?
Where's the
I'm assuming you're probably
Where's
Do
the
they have to
bathroom
climb
on
ropes
this
up, or can they
Where's
just
the
like
bathroom
jump onto
on
our boat?
that?
well, you can see that on the deck here, that it actually has a raised platform that helps them get to the height of the ship. Like the ship itself is lower, but it also actually has like kind of raised ramp platforms that are
master?
designed to help it board larger ships.
Where's the bastard at this moment, Papa?
That's a good question. There's,
do we all get an action before the
Is
ship
that where you're
hits?
supposed to be?
Yep.
Really? I thought you were like hiding over there.
Nope.
Trying to-
I said I ran over to the side where the boat was there and I sat down.
Okay, I'm
So
gonna
I'm sitting
admit, I
down right
thought
there.
this was the side of the boat for a second. I'm like, that's a weird angle to draw.
There's the Nelson.
But no, I understand now that it's the top deck.
Yes.
All right, and you see that Bosun, now that he's jumped out of the sails, has like is like gone over to steer the ship. Maelstra's there. Hurrick. So here's Sebaster.
Are crew members aboard now?
Sebaster is back here.
Okay. I have to go back and
You see Hurrick over here. And let's see where we're at. Maelstra, Meredith. Okay, so those are their 5, and that's where you are. All right.
Do we all have an action before the boat hits and they?
No, you just used. This was your last round before.
Wait, I didn't do anything though.
Before the. Okay, well then you can do what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation, and I'm gonna cast it on myself to have blood come soaking out of my side and of my neck, and then I'm just gonna lie down on the floor.
Dang it, you're so mean.
No, he's doing a camouflage technique.
Okay.
We all
Okay,
think
so
he's
at this
dead, he won't
point,
get stabbed.
Oh yeah.
at this point, roll initiative.
Well, here we go. That's my dice roll.
Use a d20.
Can I touch your pistol? I
I
think it's actually the same initiative as
What
the
do
roll
we
for
add
first
to
one.
initiative?
That's their dexterity.
Dexterity.
Where's my papers?
19.
Dexterity.
Oh, are the other crew members aboard?
11.
The one that we called over? Are they aboard
I
now?
will lower her.
And I'll just roll this time. 15 plus dex.
Okay, 1 second.
-3.
No, it's plus 3.
So 12. Yeah.
No, wait, let me roll.
It's not like it was much better.
It's okay, I'm lying down on the ground.
This
bleeding
is like
out.
And actually,
This
it's
is
good
like
for you
a
to
form
go.
of manling.
What?
You should-
My...
It's like a dangly earring. You should wear it to school the first day. It'll give cute people a chance to talk to you.
Oh my god.
I think you should get one of your ears pierced to have a dangly ear.
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to.
It should be like
This
a
is
peacock earring.
This
Okay.
is
It could be a
great luck.
peacock with little
One of the
Okay.
clip-on earrings.
Where do we go? Okay, initiatives.
19.
Okay, for anybody, hold on. Anybody 25 to 20. Okay. 20 to 15.
19.
18.
Ooh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Any others? Okay, 15 to 10.
11.
I said 13. She said 11.
Okay. And Jax,
7.
7.
Yo! It's me.
It makes sense though. He's
I know what you're doing now because when they board the ship, we can.
Oh, they're gonna jump right over me, and if anyone does notice me, I'm dead.
I see you. I
Please
see
up
you.
right onto you.
Okay, 1 second.
But we all saw him do this. So.
Not really. I've just been sitting there. You guys are all looking at the ship that's coming. I've just been lying.
I literally just climbed back on top of the ship when you did that. So I
Well, no,
probably
but
know.
I'm first.
If you
So
want-
I
if
went
you-
first though before you came up, so I'm just lying there. So you don't know what happened to me. I'm just kind of there.
That's true.
I mean, I will make performance and deception checks against
Okay,
you.
do it.
You know what? Just for you, I will do this.
And
Deception.
for me
So
too. I
and for
wanna
me
do it for
it's
you too.
insight.
Natural 20.
Oh,
I
yeah,
am
you're
dead.
dead. He's so dead to you.
You don't know who betrayed me, but somebody obviously did. Or maybe I was shot with something.
I
you
guess
know.
I wrote that for nothing. I don't know you're alive.
You what?
So much to keep track of.
You what?
I
Finn?
wrote something to inspire him. no, he's not in the fight, so can't use that.
You can use it to inspire someone else though.
No.
The dead
Mine
kid on the
sounds
floor.
like personal. it literally has his name in it.
Nice. You don't know my name.
You don't know his
So, hold
He
on.
knows
one second. I
everyone's
almost
name.
got here. So,
name. You're a psychic.
Yes.
Or maybe your Oathbearer said your name during this sometimes.
Nope.
Out of the.
None of you were there anyway. Yeah, I was just popping around.
Maelstra's going first, followed by Zeva and his Oathbearer Bosun,
Do any of us have last names? That's my question.
Well, nice.
I do.
You should have a last name. You're Hale.
Yes, I
We'll
was.
stop it.
Then what's your backstory? I can't tell you. Then I'm gonna ask you, what's your
I'm
backstory?
decide whether my
You're
character would
your
use a healing word on you.
Okay, actually, you know what? This makes...
Your
I'm
backstory
gonna do this
tells
different next
me
time, but
what's
that's
Hale.
okay. I've got it this time.
I'm trying to think whether my.
You have to make a check.
I know.
I mean, what use could I be though? I'm a tiny child.
I'm not actually gonna do that. It's not a little fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a different way to do this next time.
Okay.
This will be faster. But the numbers don't matter.
Sherlock.
And I can keep those the same. Opinion.
Did you bite your hand?
Thea.
Sherlock? Where are you, Cooley?
Don't use his name to correct him. No.
What happened? He nipped my foot. Top of my foot.
No.
Wow.
Alright. Well, I should have been doing this anyway.
Doing what?
Training the puma.
Training the bully. Just
Training
bully
the
right
bully.
here. Just bully.
Right
It's
now,
so
I'm pretty sure.
I love this thing so much. It's adorable.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure people.
It's like a
was
little
watching
push
this face like. Press. I don't know what's happening. What's it? Huh? What was it? Oh, do I go over there? Oh, I should have ran down.
Yeah, that's how I should do it
I
next
should have not here to
time.
kill us.
A
Okay.
dagger.
Are you like a rogue or a thief?
I'm guessing he's a ranger. That's what he usually is.
We're a monk. He's been a monk a lot.
He used a single unarmed attack. So, and he said he had nothing to do with his bonus action, which is a monk simply not.
This is going to be a massive nail battle.
Apparently.
Hope level up to level 2. What do I get? I get Stone of Rest and Jack of all trades. So.
Jacks.
Are you told where the enemy's going or not?
Mm-hmm.
Jackson.
Well, I don't see when they're going.
They're on here, don't worry. They're just at the end.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
Ben, I dare you to say your inspiration.
Okay, there we go.
All
Alright, so first up is, so as the boat comes swinging in, and they get prepared to board, first up is Maelstrom, and she she bumps you out of the way next to the loaded ballista. And you watch her expertly turn it and fire it into. Actually, not at this point. It's like not even into the side of the ship. You watch her like point it right at some of the boarding party, but also down into the ship, and you watch her just like release it.
Did you get to roll for the damage?
Yeah, she has to roll for everything.
Yeah.
Just Papa does it.
So it strikes. Where'd it go?
Hopefully it kills lots of people.
Kill lots of people. Kill lots of people.
That's just a Russo.
Blah, blah, 1d10. Where'd it go?
Oh wait, this is recording, isn't it?
Yeah.
You forgot.
Yes.
Why does that mean you can't chant down?
Alright, we're forever recording.
Yes, my lust for blood was recorded.
Okay.
Well, as made, it's even more recorded now. This is
There we go. All right, and you watch it take out one of, someone who is holding a bow, just go straight through him, and you also hear it just shatter the wood of the deck of the ship,
Yay!
Yay.
punching a hole into the top and disappearing
Do we
down.
need some vegetables?
Disappearing down into the hold.
Ooh. Did it punch a hole in the ship?
Do we need some fruits?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, do we need figurines for bad people?
Yeah, probably.
How many
Can't
do
we
you
get
need?
Tupperware?
Just the Tupperware full.
Zevith, you're next.
Zevith, go.
Okay, so nobody's actually on the ship yet?
No, they're preparing to jump.
Here. Papa.
Right.
He's gonna.
You need like 10 of them.
Okay. So are people, so there's people who have grappling hooks and people who have ladders that they're just about to put down?
Yeah, in fact, they're basically all thrown and down.
Oh, they're all down already?
Yeah, they're just getting ready to run across.
Okay, then I'm gonna go.
These would work.
It says warm.
30.
Hmm.
Okay, and then is this enough people?
Yeah, it's 10. I count
Okay.
6, 9. Is 10 all you need?
Yep.
Okay. So then I'm going to look down and I'm going to try and use vicious mockery on the person who's like in front, about to run across one of the boards.
Okay.
You suck.
Can you point to where I am under Dagan?
What's your character name?
Right here.
Okay, thank you.
You're next, actually. Or after, you're the next one on the party.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And what? Okay. Oh, he has to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna say to him,
Come on, Ben. You got this.
You will lose your turn.
I
if you don't
know,
ask.
your face is so ugly that your mom died when you were born.
Does he just kind of like shrivel
Do you have
up
to make a roll
inside?
for that?
No, it's a wisdom saving throw on your foot.
Okay. The guy like swings over to you
Just kind of
and says,
shrivels up inside.
"Your mama jokes were so last war."
Really? You got more than 15?
I didn't realize
Yeah.
the North was
Okay.
your mama joke.
Okay, and then as my bonus action, I'm gonna take
People
out
are
both of my
south.
rapiers.
Okay. And get ready.
Yeah.
All right. So Bosun, who actually is at the helm of the ship,
Mhm.
and as the sail is catching, starts to like turn the wheel over. He looks over. And he's like, "Let me show you how it's done," and actually cast vicious mockery on the same.
Yeah. What's he gonna say?
No, really. Yeah.
Yeah, what's he say?
he
You won't stand for anything, dude. What will you die for?
Oh, that's too
That's
inspiring.
a line from Hamilton.
I know.
So he turns and he says, you see him fix his gaze, fix his gaze on him, and it says, "It's not that one of your legs is shorter than the other," with a dramatic pause.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay.
It's It's that the rats that gnaw on your feet at night are smarter than you are.
Oh! I just want
And
to
you
sound like
watch the guy like go. What's damage for vicious mockery?
It's 1d4.
of psychic
Also, you
damage.
didn't even roll
What if
for
you're a
us.
higher level? No, I didn't roll for it.
Is it a cantrip?
It's a cantrip.
Then it's 2d4 fifth level.
At 5th level, if they're 5th level bard.
What if you're a higher level bard?
What
it
level
increases
is he?
at 5th, then I think it's 12th.
What if he's a 12th level bard?
I think it's 34. I can look it up.
Okay.
Wow. That's funny. I like how they're implying
implying that our masters were like
Okay.
a crew of themselves.
You know, and you see him like
And that they've gone on.
somehow
already.
holds his head as it reverberates,
The rats, my
and he
feet.
staggers, but he still remains standing.
Or does he
I'm
fall
ready to-
off the raised platform?
No, he's
Yeah.
getting ready
At
to.
11th level, it turns to 3d4.
All right. Okay, Beatrice, you're up.
I suppose I try to scamper to the top of the mast because I want to get out of the fray.
But you're
Okay, so that's your movement. So let's see. How much movement do you have?
No, I'm going up high, so I'll be able to shoot down on him with my crossbow.
Okay, so 1, 2, that's 10, 15. All right, make a athletics check to jump up onto the mast or onto the
So
rigging,
that's -3.
For athletics? or it can be acrobatics, whichever one you want.
Acrobatics is better.
So yeah, 10.
Okay, so you jump up and you just catch onto the rigging on this kind of moving boat. What's your total movement speed?
You know what? It doesn't make.
35 feet.
Okay, so you went 5, 10, 15, 20,
Jumped up on the thing.
jumped onto the thing.
10 feet up in the air.
Yeah, so you're kind of 10 feet above up the rigging now, way at the top of the mast.
Sorry, I'm thinking too literally. I guess it doesn't give me any advantage.
Well, I mean, you can't get hit.
They're gonna have to climb up after you.
It is also harder to shoot a crossbow from the top of a mast that's going like that, but that's okay.
I don't think so. I have more targets to choose from.
You do, but it's if you're about, it's like, it depends on how much the ship's moving. If the ship's not moving, it doesn't matter.
Right now it's not
If it starts to move,
So I
that could
believe
be
she
tricky.
still has her action, doesn't she?
that's okay.
Can
Yeah,
she
you still have your action.
So you can shoot at one of them.
Yeah, you can shoot at one of them now that you're perched up there, or you can dash up to the top.
Okay, I'll shoot at one of them then.
Okay.
Yeah,
at this point it's just a straight shot.
Okay, roll your d20.
shoot at the donut.
Okay.
24 to hit.
Actually, one of them is gone. The corner is gone. All right, roll for damage.
For porn. Yeah, well, for
Do
damage.
I roll for damage?
I believe it's a
For you, it's
D.
a d8.
Yeah.
And add 3, whatever you want. That's the same. Yep. 4 damage.
For damage. All right, you watch as the crossbolt sinks into their arm.
Oh, we have Pirates of the Caribbean music.
All right, Otanian, you're up next.
Okay.
Opinion.
I wanted to like
So
wonder.
where I am is
Well, you
And then just
well,
dive
so you
off
use your
and
bonus
just-
action to jump up onto the thing. So
Wait,
Alright,
actually,
go
it's
okay,
just-
so
I wanted to like. Sorry, go.
go.
I want to know that where I am, is there any way I can stab anyone with the trident? Where they are now, if I move, is there
You can hold your action to stab the first one that comes across the thing.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. Okay, sounds good.
So I'll just take out my weapon.
Do you have two of them or one of them? Do you fight two-handed or one-handed?
I have 2 tridents.
Yeah. Are you
Are
gonna fight with one for higher damage, or two of them for lower damage with lower?
I might
I'm
switch
going
up
to
my
fight
weapon
with one
and hold on.
take out my shield with the other hand.
Okay.
So I'm sort of.
So it's you
Okay.
still have 1d6 damage. It's the same damage, but you have your shield.
Okay. Excellent. Okay.
So that makes. Wait, what's that make
Okay,
I see?
Thea, you're up.
So.
Thelia, you're up.
Okay, so is there any way that I could like make the plank fall off into the water?
I don't know. Is there?
Like, would that be a strength check, like to lift it and shove it off?
You can try to do that.
But would that be a strength check?
Mhm.
Should I just roll a straight?
Yeah, so just do it.
I
Did I say roll the intelligence check?
But I thought we were pulled away from the dock. We were not tied to the dock.
Yeah,
Well, you aren't tied to the dock anymore,
But
and
the
the
ship
sail
isn't-
has now started to catch, and Bosun has now swung it, and so the
He's
boat's
talking
starting to
about
move
the-
away from the dock.
Oh! 18.
All right.
It would be, it's a strength check, right?
yeah.
So yeah, 18.
All right. So you take your foot and you shove one of the planks out of the way, so they can't use that one to come across, and you watch it go falling down in between the hole. And immediately another plank takes its place.
Oh dang it! I thought there were.
Nice
more.
job.
I thought there were more. I thought they were only. They only had.
Now,
Okay.
this ship is custom built for
It says bard.
rushing and attacking
It says
ships.
bard.
So this is par for the course for them.
Not
All right.
bard.
Okay, Shelpin, who sees you climb onto the mast, gives a nod, turns around and holds her action as she draws out. What's she gonna do? Actually, no. She draws out a crossbow. Actually, you know what she's gonna do? She's gonna load. She runs over and she loads one of the ballistas,
Okay.
and then stands ready for the boarding. So you have one more. There's one more loaded ballista. Let's see. What's this? Oh, Hurek. Hurek the dwarf. You see him. You see him in the back. You see him in the back next to Sebaster, and you see him arguing with Sebaster, telling him, "Get onto the dock. We've got this." And Sebaster is like, "I will never abandon this ship." And you watch him. You watch him push him away, and he just argues. He looks over and watches the boarding party come on. Jax, you're up.
Okay.
You're lying there bleeding.
Yeah.
But no
I
one's
would hold
jumped
your
onto the
action.
thing yet.
Okay,
I would
I'm
hold your
going to
action.
hold. I'm gonna hold the booming blade cantrip. I'm just gonna sit there. Hold
What's
the
a
booming
cantrip?
blade
Alright.
cantrip.
What's
All
a
right, and at this
cantrip?
point-
That's an insane cantrip. That doesn't seem like it should be a cantrip.
It is a cantrip.
Wait, what does booming
Okay.
do?
At this point,
For me.
this group has gotten their footing, and they look at each other, and they come rushing across,
And I sat the first one at the time.
and you can make your attack
Yeah, on one.
So on which
on the
one?
first one. You've got the donut, the ice cream,
What?
the eggplant.
That's not an ice cream.
Okay, so wait, the donut's coming close to me, right?
Hold
The
on,
donut has
let her go.
damage.
Okay, so
I would go for like.
Okay, make a choice. Go.
I'm gonna go for the middle one.
Okay.
That the one that's.
What is that thing? Anyway?
Different box.
Okay.
Different box.
7 plus what?
What do I get? Oh wait,
Just on your sheet.
I get 10.
10?
Okay, you miss. As they come rushing across, you make a strike, but he expertly parries it with his cutlass.
Okay, can I possibly trip it for a bonus action?
No.
Dang it! I'm gonna try to trip it with my leg.
Is the donut within range of me? Can I hold my
It
action?
looks like
If you
Okay.
stand up.
I'm not gonna stand up. Because he's walking by me, right? And I held booming blade. Booming blade action is just 5 feet from where I am. Doesn't require me to be standing.
Okay.
So, what I'm gonna try and do is, as he rushes by, I don't want him to see me. I'm gonna basically try and use booming blade to kind of trip him and not actually do damage, and just have the spell take effect. So I don't know how you want me to do that, but usually
Make
what
an
it
attack roll.
is I roll an attack roll and do normal damage, and then the spell takes effect. Wait, that's a D12, not a D20. Give him
Oh, you're lucky.
not sure one.
Oh,
All right.
critical
So
fail.
you roll over. You try to cast the blade. You cast it surreptitiously, and the spell just fizzles. And not only roll a D20.
that's mine.
Working?
All right. And as the spell fizzles, you watch as the boarding party sees you do this, and he realizes that
Okay.
you
Yes.
definitely are not dead.
Which one is that?
The donut.
The donut?
Donut.
Okay.
You have a new friend.
All right. So at this point, the donut turns, sees you, and you're lying prone on the ground,
Oh, yeah.
so he has advantage to attack you.
I wouldn't want you to die.
There we go. Oh, whoops. 40, 41. 14 to hit.
Misses.
As a child, you were 15 armor class.
Leather armor plus dexterity.
Okay, so you roll out of the way as his cutlass comes crashing down,
I'd prefer not to move.
But
as much.
dexterity-
crashing down on the deck.
16.
Yeah, then it should be 14.
It's still above
AC.
okay.
How'd you get to start with Star 11?
Not important.
You just chose Star
Okay,
11
just-
because it was better, but not supposed to.
Besides,
Whatever,
Keep
it doesn't
myself
matter.
out of the action to be able to heal people.
It's true.
I can
Not
also
supposed to heal people while
Okay,
I try to move as little as possible.
alright, so he attacks you. Boom and Bop attacks you and misses. So you parry as his cutlass comes back up to slash at you. You take your trident and you just block it.
I am also holding.
Computer's not at 2%.
Well, you can do that if you
Wait,
want
what
that
did
as
he
well.
get? Papa, what did he get?
Well below your armor class.
Okay.
You would probably like
Computer's not at 2%.
Okay, thank you. And then let's see what else we have. Oh, the eggplant. The eggplant is going to go for Thelia
Oh shoot.
and rolls an 11.
Wait, do I add anything to my armor class?
Nope.
Yeah, that hits by 1.
Okay. There we go. Does 6 points of damage
Come on!
to you.
Then this side crossed, right? Did this side cross? So is he go right here, or is he?
I have 1 hit point left. I have 7 hit points.
Do you need contact to have 2 crit wounds now?
Here, can you plug that in?
And she gives a lot of, like the minimum amount of things she could heal is 7. The healing word, which is a D4. That's the minimum amount she can heal. She's a really good healer.
I just went darker.
Just because.
I'm fucking around.
You guys sit down there.
That'll work.
Yeah, put it next to me.
Alright, so let's see. So that's that one. Moombop, eggplant, attack you.
How about this guy?
I'm
One of
not
them is
knocked
gone.
out, but
Which is the last one?
I'm still just like motionless.
Oh yeah, the soup.
I literally.
The soup comes rushing across and will also go for Otanian.
He must be so confused.
Okay, that one hits.
What is it?
Like a 22.
Okay.
And does only 2 points of damage. So as you block one, you see the second. You see the second person rush you, but just in time, you manage to like hit the end of the sword, causing it to just graze your arm instead of really strike it.
So I'm like.
All right, and at this point, the second party jumps across.
Lying motionless.
This is weird.
Okay.
Oh, so this one has like
These
5.
two.
I'm still
This one's
motionless.
going toward. Whatever. They saw you.
Dumplings saw
The
it.
donut saw me. Whatever.
And the
These guys are. These guys are sitting right here. You
That's
rolled a
fine.
natural 1, dude.
The fish cookies on your way.
All right.
Okay,
So
fine.
your deception is gonna work. So he's gonna attack.
Fish cookies.
He's gonna attack you.
The soup runs across the plane.
That's a 12.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, I'm prone if he's using melee.
Oh
weapon
wait,
instead.
that's right. Disadvantage.
When your
No,
food
that's worse.
tries to eat you.
Okay.
Another one.
Then the other
Advantage.
two go after. No, the other two actually go after Maelstrom, who's loaded the bone. This is.
I'm very
He's going
excited.
very well. And then these ones jump across.
Oh no.
Okay. And looking at Hurricane Sebaster, you see them like run across.
Hit 4. Oh no.
You run across, and they're going to go for Sebastian and Hurek.
Oh,
Right,
man.
because if I'm
No,
moving,
At which point-
I hit
That's
like these 4.
Yep. That works technically because they each have their spot.
All right.
Right? Yeah.
I'll lay that.
At the very least, these 3.
Okay.
And I think I could probably get that.
This one stumbles. This one stumbles across the deck, but just catches himself. This one tries to actually grab and grapple
Do you need
Sebastian, but
animals?
Sebastian.
Do you need animals for them?
Sure. Sebastian
That would be a
fends him
hamster.
off, and he and Hurek turn
Yeah,
around.
allies will be hamsters.
Yeah.
Okay. As the
I have a
boat,
lot of hamsters.
now the boat starts pulling away. Now that the boarding crew is off, and the bowmen on the boat send another volley.
Who are they shooting
in.
at?
2 of them shoot you're in the mast.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, you are
interest of the
above.
mast.
You're above everybody,
There you
so
Jeez.
you'd be the easiest target.
14.
What happens?
14.
What's your armor class?
So flip over your grouper. And what's your AC?
That doesn't hit. She has a 14 in armor class. 17 armor class.
Oh, okay.
She's a cleric.
I
So
stumbled.
it's understandable.
I stumbled.
Okay.
I
So-
stumbled.
That one misses you. Then the other 3, what are they gonna do? Oh, they see the just coming up on the dock just as the ship's pulling away. The people who are running up to man the boat come up over the side,
Are they gonna shoot those?
and they're gonna shoot at them.
Okay.
One of them, as they come up over the side to get onto the boat, falls back off of the boat into the water.
It's not funny.
A
Yeah,
second one
it's
takes
sad.
an arrow directly through the throat and dies instantly.
Ooh.
Wait, like our allies?
Yeah.
Oh,
Our boat.
shoot.
But everybody
Oh,
else makes it up the side of the boat as it
So
starts pulling
we have a total of
itself away.
7 crew members.
So yes, so now there are 7
Wait,
crew
Papa.
members.
Has the one that tumbled out the side dead, or is he just in the water?
You can't see, he's just gone over the side.
It probably means he won't be much use.
No, but I could try to rescue him.
Yeah, you could.
But right now, you should really be focusing. Because
Let
we're
her do-
near the
let
dock.
her do what she wants to do.
Okay, and at this point, Merita, who steps out from behind the mast, and you see her raise her hands, circle, and blast out a cone of cold towards the bowman.
Ouch.
Oh, touch the bowman? Okay.
Yeah.
This is a high level party.
Let's see.
Wait, do we need people for the bowmen?
I think they're just about to die. Cone of cold is like a 4th level spell.
Oh no.
Yeah, in fact, as you watch as the bowman just turn to ice
Oh,
across the
no.
top of the
Ooh.
thread.
Yeah,
Only one of
yeah.
them seems to have survived. And you watch him disappear down the hole. So now at this point, the top of the Havoc has been cleared
Okay.
of anyone that you see moving.
So there's no one here.
No.
Yeah.
I am a powerful Oathbearer. Yay.
Wait, no, this one's like.
I don't know what mine could
Is it
do.
my turn?
We're probably going to be facing a Kraken sometime during this campaign. That'll be fun.
Oh.
Okay.
I could stick my throat.
Is it
Alright.
my turn?
Nope. Maelstrom.
Oh, she's at the crossbow.
Wait, Papa, does this person step out
Has
behind
2.
it?
Where?
Does my Oathbearer step back behind the mast?
Yes.
Okay.
She goes to take
She
cover. Maelstra actually misses the 2 her strike on the two that are attacking her on her first one, but then you watch her miss on one turn, strike at the other one.
And he's dead?
Let's see, no, it's on B. Nope, not quite dead, but he takes a
Is
strong
he down,
blow.
like, on the...
No.
No, he's still there.
No, there's
Okay, Zenith, you're up.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, Finn, do it. Just wipe all 4 of them off the map.
I'm gonna move right here, and I'm going to turn my hands around like this and do this, and the hawk in my hand, you see a slight little black spiritual hawk come up like this, and then as its wings extend, a radial blast ushers from its wings.
Mm-hmm.
And I need these 4 to make Constitution saving throws.
The onion?
No.
1, 2,
Again,
3,
what's the
4.
spell
Okay.
DC?
15. They're gonna take damage either way.
Describe
Yeah.
our enemies. The
I do.
onion.
Okay.
I need to go good on these.
Let's see. Okay, so which ones are taking?
1, 2, 3, 4.
The ramen.
1, 2. Okay, so the bibimbap, the donut,
Fish and
the
Dumplings.
fish, and the dumplings.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
This sounds so weird. Okay, I'll just roll. Should I just roll for damage? I mean, it's gonna happen anyway.
So,
Okay, that's
so
a
wait,
6.
wait, hold on. Fish. Hold on. I
A-
got
I'm
I
to
think
do
this
this.
is
so that's 12
sushi.
damage.
We should use this one. I think this is sushi.
It is sushi.
Replace it with the
Okay.
ice cream or something.
Yes.
Oh, and we haven't
fish
rested since the other
dumplings.
fight,
Okay,
right?
the
So-
donut and the
I
soup.
haven't used it in
Mhm.
my stuff. Look,
Okay,
spell
so hold on. Let me just do this. Okay, so what if they make it? What do they take?
If they make it,
Yeah.
then they take 6 points of damage.
Okay, and if they don't, they take 12.
Yep. How many
Okay.
die?
Okay, so the fish dies.
My fish.
The dumpling does not die.
Aw. I think they have like 7 hit points, so I probably missed out on killing a bunch of them.
It's okay. He'll be
Let's
dead.
see. Donuts.
Uh-huh.
Guys,
The donut dies,
buy donuts. Where's the Tupperware?
and the bibimbap
It's
doesn't
15.
die.
Okay.
So you killed 2. That's good.
But I did 6 damage
Oh
to
no, actually the bibimbap does die. Sorry.
Bye.
Okay, I just took out
Oh,
3 right
Where
there.
are we?
And then,
This is the ramen fin, the bibimbap dice.
Wait, no, but then it would be the ramen.
yeah, it would be the ramen. The ramen would
Because
be the one.
he
in the-
selected the ramen, not the bibimbap.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was just the wrong wording.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, actually, no, I can't do that. So, then,
This is awesome.
my bonus action, I'm just going to turn, look at the dumpling, and just try and just like stare at him, just with no emotion in my face.
And then he's like,
Kind of remind me of.
Okay,
that.
excellent.
The way it's
So
acting.
let's see. Atris, you're up. Oh no, Bosun. Okay, Bosun at this point, he's actually, everyone make a perception check real quick.
Yeah,
Oh.
perception. I'm really bad at this, right? Yeah.
Ooh,
what do I get for perception?
perception.
17.
Okay.
It's your roll plus what?
Plus your wisdom, and are you proficient in perception?
Okay, then I just get an 8, so I can't tell what he's up
Are you
to.
proficient in perception?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's plus.
Well, me
Oh,
lying
no,
on the
so
grounds
it's
being
plus-
pummeled by people got a
Wait, what if
22.
you are proficient?
Then it's plus 5 most likely.
I think you should
What's
get
your
the
wisdom?
Plus 0.
Okay.
Okay, then it's plus 2.
Okay. 19.
Okay.
22.
18.
Okay. Well, let's see. Thea's really
Just
kind of
8.
close over.
So,
Anyway, as you see, as the seven
As the 7.
So wait, how
the
many-
7
we
crew
have
members
1, 2,
come up
3,
looking for a place to help sail the ship. One of them runs up to the one to Bosun who's putting the ship, and you hear him say, "I'm a helmsmaster. I'll take control of the ship." And Bosun just gives him a look, and you watch him just pull up the sleeve of his shirt and show it to the guy. And you see the guy's eyes go wide, and he's like, "What would you have me do?"
Uh-oh.
And he's like,
I got
"The fore rigging. I need it. I need some more maneuverability. Rig it right." And you watch him scamper off to do what he says.
the one that flew over this side?
Yeah.
Okay. So, where is it? Where does he go? Over here?
No, he's up up towards the mast, yeah. Because he's gonna deal with the rigging.
He'll be like right here.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. Okay.
Yeah.
So I took out 3 guys.
Nice.
Okay. Excellent. Next is Otanian, or no, Ultras, or Atris. Sorry.
He's gonna get it right one of these days.
Atreus.
I do healing word to Esme. So 1d4. Do I roll that?
It's a big guy for one of them.
Is healing word a bonus action or an action?
It's an action, I think.
Healing word is a bonus action.
But it takes a spell slot.
Yeah, it takes a spell slot. So might one of your first level spell slots off? Yeah. One of
It's
those.
like,
But that means you still have your action.
Yeah,
so you
so
first
you
shoot, so you
do so.
cast it, you throw a healing
Okay.
word towards
So,
Esme.
with what? Or 4 plus. You're at full health. Okay. You're at full health.
thank you. Esme, this is probably what Beaver's doing.
And can I do bless?
Oh my god.
As your action, that would use all your spell slots if you wanted to do that. But that's a fine thing to do, sure.
You can, but you just won't be able
But I already blessed you guys before. I didn't know
Yeah,
I was
but-
supposed to do it.
Oh, okay. Then no, that was your last spell slot probably. So,
So you can't cast
but
it.
you could cast a cantrip or you could shoot your crossbow. So you could use.
Or you could use
pull the
your
down
your action also to direct Beeper.
Oh yeah, you can
There
use
we
your
go.
action
This is
to.
Beeper right
protect-
here.
Yeah, Beeper's right here, and there's a
So
guy
you can
right
do all
here.
those. You can do any of those things.
I'll have Beeper attack the cheesecake.
So roll.
All right, roll
attack
for
that.
roll.
Beeper, you haven't had breakfast. Eat.
Ooh. Yeah, that's
13. Do I add anything?
Yeah, you add 6, so 19.
Yeah. So yes. So Beeper.
So roll a d4 and add 4. Come on, Beeper.
1.
So
So
plus
five?
4, so 5 points of damage.
Bites his leg
Eat
off.
that cheesecake.
Take
the
a
cheese
bite
bite.
out of
Beeper.
it,
Yeah. Beeper takes a bite out of his leg, and you hear the guy.
Oh,
Ah! Get that off!
hey, Beeper.
And then you just let's go. Just let it.
And actually, Beeper, Beeper takes his leg and yanks him, and you watch him lose his footing and fall prone on the ground.
Yeah!
Beeper!
Beeper's the best!
Beeper,
I wanted to like ragdoll and go, or do a death
So
roll. just
Tanyan,
like,
you're up.
Okay, so
Tanyan, you're next.
Damien.
okay,
Celia, you're next.
I know what I'm gonna do.
okay, so I'm going to attack the thing.
All right,
Yeah.
go for it.
Bip and bop. Bip and bop.
Bip and bop. Kill the Bip and bop.
Okay, I did not succeed.
Wait. What do you know? What did you roll?
2
Two.
plus.
Oh.
Yeah, that misses. Yeah, you were locked in the battle with this guy.
Bip
His
and bop.
flashing cutlass and your trident keep making this sharp clanging sound as you go together. And you just can't seem to break through his parrying of your blows. Celia.
Okay. So for my action, I'm going to
I
cast
thought it was my turn.
ice knife, and
What?
and I'm gonna try to stab the eggplant.
Wait, it is my turn?
Okay.
No, you're
Where's the
here.
ice knife?
Oh.
He has to
Oh,
make
yeah, of
a
course. Sorry.
dexterity saving throw.
What are you doing? Sorry.
Ice knife.
Ice knife is fun.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
trying to
Dexter,
figure out what the.
what's your spell DC?
8 plus proficiency plus your spellcasting modifier.
So
You're, what's she?
What?
What class is she?
She's this one.
So intelligence. So 8 plus 2 plus intelligence.
8 plus 2 is 10 plus intelligence, so 13.
Okay. He makes the dexterity check. So what happens?
So if
He takes half damage. Right?
Yeah.
if he makes the dexterity check, then
He takes half damage.
He takes half
Okay, so roll for damage.
okay.
And then doesn't it?
And which one are you attacking?
1d10.
The eggplant.
Is
Okay.
this the 10? No, this is the 10.
Make sure you mic off your spell slot. So
Yeah.
3 points of damage.
He takes 2 damage.
Wait,
Okay.
why 2?
It's 2 hours.
3
That's
rounds.
enough, and he falls to the
Oh,
ground with an
yay.
ice pick stuck in his neck.
Ooh, yay! I killed somebody finally!
Ice knife.
To the box
knife.
of shame with all of you. It's the box of shame.
I have the pick. I'm very specific.
Oh, yeah, she
Yes,
does
this
have a
is
nice.
good. Okay, that is true.
So I like.
You're never gonna use it though. You just hide it for the best.
went
Okay.
up there to shoot crossbows.
Yeah, I know.
So
It's a fun-
protected. So
Okay,
no one has to
Shelpin
protect
goes
me.
after the onion,
And I can
who
heal
is
people.
blocking,
Save my life, man.
who is threatening to block the use of the ballista.
Wait, who?
Shelpin. Hits.
I can probably take it.
Let's see, that is the onion.
So I believe it's this guy that's supposed to be down here.
And pushes him off. Okay, there you go.
Is he gone now, the onion?
Oh, Hurek. You see, Hurek jumps to the defense of. No, the onion's still there. Hurek. You see Hurek pull out a dagger and jump to the defense of Shelpin.
I'm assuming they're actually down here.
No, Sebastian.
Okay, and that. Let's see who's attacking over there. Oh, the ice cream.
Yes, the ice cream.
Wait, then I need a perfect. Here, I'm gonna do this guy.
Emphasis on screen.
But why isn't no one protecting Sebastian?
Okay, and the ice cream falls.
He was already on the
Oh, wait,
ground.
no, then I guess they are over here. What? I don't understand.
In this battle, you absolutely get the sense that your
Papa?
Oathbearers
Papa?
are far more powerful than
Papa? Do you mean you're trying to
had
protect this guy?
previously
Because that's
imagined.
Sebastian.
You're watching them expertly take people out in single blows.
Yeah, only one person at a time.
They don't seem to feel threatened by the situation.
No, they do not.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they feel threatened, but they also know how to handle themselves.
What's this music? This doesn't match the tone right now.
It's Zen music.
Well, this is what I'm doing. I'm just
Meditation.
lying. I'm just lying on the ground with blood just pouring on me and on the deck. Just
Okay.
He's like,
sound
oh,
battle.
yes,
Eyes
this is
closed.
a bad place.
Everyone's missing me too, so it's fine.
Okay,
I'm
Hurek
just-
went, okay,
I
Jax,
just
you're
want
up.
to know you're alive.
Okay,
so I can do my amazing-
Did I happen to notice? Are there any hatches here that go down here, or is like
Well, I mean,
one
the
hatch?
ship at this point is already like
You
moved
can't
off
even see.
and is pivoting around for another run.
And
So you
you're
can't.
lying.
There, it's away from the
You're
ship.
also
at this
lying
And
down, so you
so,
can't see.
and
the
both
ship.
of these still know that I'm not dead.
Oh yeah, they all know.
Oh, everyone knows.
I mean, it was a natural one, dude.
Okay, everyone knows. All right,
Bad things happen.
that wasn't clarified
Things
for me.
don't happen.
That wasn't clarified for me. Sorry, I didn't know that everyone knew. Just okay.
Okay.
If that's the case, I'm gonna stand up
And fences that
here.
He's like,
Oh, ow.
I'm going to go
I'm gonna
here
assume that you heal.
and
So I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna cast. Yeah, no, I'm gonna try and push him off the boat.
Okay. That's a ruling strength check, since I
Yep.
believe.
Just strength, like you just wanted to work as you were a child.
4.
So yeah, your childlike body hits this experienced privateer, and you like push against him, and he just stands his ground and just grabs your head, leaves it there, and you're like,
Okay. All right, fine. If he does that, I'll use my bonus action to stab him in the armpit if the army's using to hold my head.
make it.
10.
Yeah, no, you just holding you.
Okay, so I'm just going.
He's like, oh, this is so cute.
Okay, you know what? I use my movement to just sit down, cross-legged on the ground.
Ow.
Not pow. I'm just sitting down, just staring at him.
So you voluntarily making yourself prone in front of
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I lure them in.
Oh yeah.
I'll put you on like your back.
Your strength. No, that's if he's unconscious.
Let's see. Oh, the eggplant is gone.
I want him to try and
Oh,
hit
that
me.
one. Is the entire first boarding party gone at this point? Nothing left?
I don't think this guy.
this guy, and the cake.
I really want to hellish rebuke you.
But he's like almost dead. Like one more attack from Beeper, and he's.
What you
Okay,
did
okay, so
is
it must be the
good.
bibimbap. Okay,
I
So
don't have any more hellish rebukes to use.
what's he gonna
but
do?
it's okay.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, he's gonna. You watch him look over his shoulder.
The boat isn't there yet, is it?
No, it's gone.
No, but it's. I mean, you watch it pull away, but it pivots quickly, and it's gonna make another pass this coming round.
But what would that do for the ship? Is there more people on board now?
You don't see anybody at the moment, but
Oh.
anyway, but you see him look over his shoulder, and he sees the Havoc coming back. So he turns towards Otanian and strikes, and rolls a natural 1.
No one hits the
Horribly.
fish. No one hits
I'm
the
rolling-
fish.
I'm
The
rolling
fish hits
horribly.
you.
Yeah. And
Why so slippery?
This time, so he swings down, and Otania brings the trident across again, bars it in front, and as he like swings down with his cutlass, you just hear this like clang, and it just knocks the cutlass out of his hand. And with his bonus action, he loses his cutlass, but he like pulls in, he draws out his dagger, but his cutlass goes like skittering across the deck.
That's you, by the way. Because the person rolled a natural 1 to attack me against you.
Oh.
Swing your dagger.
You're like,
Look how much this
Okay, the cake,
Oh, yeah, I'm
the
sitting
cake
right
or
next
whatever
to
that is going to attack Beeper.
that's great.
But he's prone on the ground, so he gets like disadvantage.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's gonna stand up first,
Yeah,
and then he's gonna attack Beeper. Oh, that is like a 23.
Does 23 hit Beeper?
Yeah, I think.
What do I do?
Okay, so go to Beeper's sheet. You're gonna see hit points on there, and you're gonna subtract whatever he rolls from Beeper's hit points.
That's 7 points of damage to
Beeper
Beeper.
is alive.
Barely.
No, he actually has some good hit points.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he strikes. You watch it,
Like kind of
cut
catch
through
in
the
the cord.
cord,
Kind of.
and you start to see some of the white cords turn red.
Beeper growls in his general direction.
Beeper! So it should be 7.
Oh, should be okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hit points.
I have 7 hit points.
He's
Okay.
so powerful.
The dog has.
He
a
gets
puppy
extra hit points
has
because he has.
All right, and
Yeah,
at this point,
the
the Havoc is making its second pass,
Oh,
and as it makes its second pass, you see a whole second boarding party sort of come up over the
Okay.
up over
How
the
many?
ships.
How many? How many?
It's another 10,
Okay.
and these guys look a little more serious.
2, 3,
That's
4,
annoying.
5, 6.
Thought there wasn't anybody
7,
left on board the ship.
9,
I'm going to point out that
10.
I still look like I'm bleeding. Like that's just there. It's not something people can check. So I'm injured as far as anyone can tell.
All right, and I
They
think
just know I'm
we're
not dead.
all right. It is 9:58, so unfortunately we're gonna have to stop
Oh.
at the second pass of the Havoc.
No, I wanted that one last attack on the guy.
Too bad.
Yeah, no, we're gonna
No, they're not even that
stop, and we'll have to finish session 2B and the
I
battle with the
disagree with
Havoc
everything you're saying.
On like
next
Wednesday.
weekend.
I disagree with everything you're saying.
Okay. You do that.